What is up? Welcome back to another video. I am in such a great mood today that it is actually scary. I'm scared for myself. It is Monday. Spring has sprung in North Carolina, and I think that's what's helping me be in a good mood. I feel like a fog has kind of been lifted. The sun is out. It's beautiful. I'm just excited. Why did the sun just go down? I literally just left. Oh, Jesus Christ. Last week was really necessary for me, for my soul, for my releasing. And I just feel so much better this week. I just feel like this week is going to be a great fucking week. And we're starting it off strong. I just got out of my first two classes. You guys know the deal. It's property, it's torts. I'm in between my break between those two classes and my constitutional law class. Right now, I'm just kind of like relaxing during this break. A little like win, celebrating the small wins. I finished my draft for my appellate brief this weekend. So does it sound really, really good? That's what this week is for. But the only thing is I set the little date for myself. I set myself a timeline. I stopped moving the timeline and now we're good. We just need to edit, shift things around. And that's what we're going to be doing this week, but still celebrating that win because it's a big one. This week, we kind of have a lot of things going on towards the later part of the week, but for today right now, obviously, like I said, I'm on my break. I am going to go get a boba because it's a boba kind of day. And I have my dermatology appointment finally later today after my constitutional law class, so I'm super excited for that. I'm just really happy today. I don't know, I'm just buzzing, and I hope that you guys are having a fantastic day. If you're new, hi, my name's Leandra. Welcome to the vlog. If you're returning, hi, and I'm so excited to see you guys. This is today's fit. Honestly, I don't know what's going on with the crotch area right now, so just ignore that. But inspired by the springtime, I brought out my little flowery sweater, and there comes the sun. I have my little flowery sweater. I'm just really excited about the shoes because I don't really wear these Steve Maddens. You guys know I wear the black ones, the plain ones. But these ones I also bought on Depop, and they are cheetah print, as you can tell. And I love them so much. Alright, and we're home, finally. It's like 5 p.m. I loved my drive today throughout Durham. I think I was like on each corner of Durham today, and it was just so pretty. Everyone, it seems, has like something growing in their house or outside their house, like in their yard, whether it's like a rose bush or something like that, and it's just so pretty. There's so many colors. When I came back from the dermatologist on the way back, I passed the Duke Gardens, which is still closed. I hope they open it really soon, but it's beautiful in there. I was able to like peer in as I was driving, and it's so pretty. But my dermatologist appointment went well. We talked about my, like my acne, my hormonal acne, and also like my dark marks and things like that. And I was prescribed a couple of things. I'm just gonna say real quick that spring brought out the sun and all the fine niggas. Oh, God, that was a pleasant ride. Every single time I was just like stopped near a car, I'll look to the side, fine. I'm like walking, I look over there, some guy's like running with her shirt off, fine. I'm like, oh God. Thoughts were being thunk, you guys. They were head full. Right now, I am trying to decide what to have for dinner because I have not restocked my fridge since the last time I got groceries. I need to do that on Instacart tonight. I have like the basics, which is like pasta and maybe some tomato sauce, but I also want a Chipotle burrito. But I had one like 2 days ago and it bloated the fuck out of me, like really badly. I really would do it again. I really would. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do anything tonight because I have tomorrow to do like readings for Wednesday and also like work on my paper, but I also want to like spread it out. So I think tonight I'm going to do work on my essay, of course, and then probably do the torts reading. If I have like more energy or whatever, I'll do the property reading, but it's always torts because we fuck with torts on this channel. Unless I get a bad grades, then it's fuck torts, just like it's fuck civil procedures every day, all day. It wasn't even like a bad grade of civil procedures. I just thought I deserved better in that class. So it's fuck civil procedures. Literally, just yeah. I was just actually thinking about how I pass contracts, and anytime I feel like I'm going to like fail a class and something like just comes in my head like, oh my god, this is really tough, you're gonna fail this class, I think about the fact that I pass contracts, and that really makes me feel better, because that was the class that I deleted my outline and I was crying before and it was permanently gone. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, there was not one single question on that test that I felt like I knew what the answer was. It was a complete guessing game. I just guessed and I was like, this may be it, probably not. And I just made the argument as thoroughly as I could. And I scored well, which really confused the hell out of me. That just makes me feel like law school exams are just so completely like subjective or arbitrary or whatever, because what the fuck. But still, supplemental jurisdiction, diversity jurisdiction, back I say. Stay away from me, civil procedures. Good morning, it's Tuesday. A wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. The sun is gone today. I swear, I don't know what is going on with like North Carolina or Durham. The weather's just really strange. I'm pretty sure it's global warming, but the sun's gone. It's still a beautiful day. I woke up early, do my morning routine. You guys know, you know the deal, meditation, the yoga, whatever. And I was trying to like do my entire property reading before my writing class, which, as you guys know, is the only class I have on Tuesdays. And someone just messaged in the group chat that we don't have class today. So I checked the syllabus and we don't have class because of the writing conferences that are happening all this week. My writing conference is tomorrow at like 3 p.m. But I'm kind of like, because I scheduled a library session after my chiropractor appointment at like 4:30 until like 8:30, and I could have just gone in the morning, ended at like 3, gone to my chiropractor appointment, and then been at home for the evening. So it's just kind of like a little upsetting. But regardless, I just finished my property reading. I have a couple more notes to write down. I guess I have time to go to the gym and maybe do my constitutional law reading. Actually, I'm thinking I should probably fold clothes, because I'll show you guys my clothes right now. If you've asked yourself, man, why is this girl's pants always so frustrated? And this is why. So I haven't folded clothes in like a week or something because my dryer was messed up. So I just let the clothes in there. You know what? Let me not say that. I would have left them in there regardless. So that's a lie. This is just has been the scene for the last week and a half. And I kind of want to fold this, but I think it's more important to do work. And maybe I'll do it later tonight when I come home. But I just want to show you guys to embarrass myself a little bit. I don't feel embarrassment, but you know, this is just what's going on. Okay, so let's see what we have on my Notion task list. Just try and formulate a plan for today. Well, I already had a plan, but since we have this extra like hour or something, let's see what I can do. So I'm gonna finish property, the rest of the property readings that I have. I need to send an email to my professor, my writing professor, because last night I was working on my appellate brief and I've decided to kind of break up how I'm working on it. So yesterday I did the statement of the case, which is basically like the facts section of it. It's supposed to be, you know, like persuasive, whatever. And then I did the beginning of my argument section, but only the umbrella. And I'm going to try to explain that. It's basically like a summary. It's an introduction and a summary of the statute that I'm talking about, and just what I'm going to be arguing. Gives you like a roadmap to my argument for the rest of the paper. So I did that. I ended up putting, you know, citations, all of that stuff in there. Some of those sentences still need to be rewritten, and I need to continue to work on streamlining my sentences so they're not too long. I worked on it, and what I want to do is utilize the email function between me and my professor, because when it came to my open memo, I didn't do this. I didn't really email her things, and you can email her 5 questions per email and she'll send it back to you, and then you can just keep that correspondence going. You could also email her like an entire paragraph of your work and ask her direct questions. You have to ask her direct questions because she won't just tell you like, oh, this is good or this is bad. You have to ask direct questions. So I did it a lot more for my trial brief. I'm gonna try to do it a lot more for this brief. So I'm gonna go through all of this and just start sending her like 5 questions, sending her paragraphs, all of that today for what I've worked on yesterday. And then we're going to go to the gym really quickly and do a HIIT session. I'm just really happy because yesterday I didn't do property because I did torts, and I ended up doing both Wednesdays and Thursdays torts because I'm on call for Thursday and I almost completely did not do that. So I figured the assignment for torts for Wednesday was kind of short, and I think it might go over to when I'm supposed to be on call on Wednesday. I just want to be prepared. So I did both. So yeah, today's just, we're hitting the ground running. And if you're wondering, yes, I did order Chipotle last night. I got a bowl. And their guac really be bussin'. Ugh. But yes, my stomach does hurt. Half of the morning is done. I just got back from taking coffee from my main building. Yes, I do have coffee at my house. It just doesn't taste as good when I'm the one doing the labor. So I walked over, grabbed some coffee, proceeded to spill it everywhere, and then frantically get like paper towels to clean it up. But that was my morning. I had an impromptu meeting too that I just got out of, and then now I'm about to head off to my chiropractor appointment and then the library. This is today's fit. Wrinkled, of course, you already know. You already know what the fuck going on. I decided to make these shoes the star of this week, so got shoes, these pants I thrifted, this top that I'm gonna say I thrifted, but I stole from my mom's closet, but that's technically thrifting, so I just cut the middleman, really. And this top from Nasty Gal, and that is literally it. I figured that I could put, or discovered that I could put a claw, you guys can't see that, but there's the little claw thing on my braids, because I discovered that I can do that. So that's what we have going on. It looks nice. It looks super fitted right now, right? Right. Let me go ahead and turn around for you. So yeah, y'all see this back here? Yeah, you see that? Because that doesn't fit at all. At all. And I just realized that, or remember that I am in fact going to my chiropractor, and he will be touching all over my back. Yeah. So we're gonna have to figure that out. But until then, no one has to know that at all. We're just gonna fuck it up from up here. We are home, and we are home early. I spent an extra 10 minutes at the library fighting that part of my brain that is panicking over that fact. And it's super ironic because when I have a lot of things to do, like left over at the end of the day, like last Monday, like last vlog happens when I'm just kind of like, oh my God, I'm so stressed out, I want to drop out. And then when I don't have things to do at the end of the night, like today, my brain is like, oh my God, I don't have anything to do, I'm not stressed out, oh my God, what's wrong, where did I fuck up? Like, damn, can a bitch catch a break? I convinced myself to stay in there like an extra like hour or two. For what? I don't even know. Like, I've done everything that I need to do for today. Like, my prescribed to-do list is complete. Like, I think it helped that I did my property reading this morning after my morning routine, and the fact that I did my torts reading yesterday. So yesterday's question was, should I do something today or wait until do it tomorrow, all day today? I'm so glad I picked the opposite and decided to kind of like split everything in the middle, because it turned out to have really worked out today. I got everything done that I needed to do. I did my readings. I also worked on my paper, and I don't mean to prematurely suck my own, you know, I don't mean to prematurely give myself the little guac 3000, but listen, I think my paper sounds pretty good. I think it sounds pretty good. Now, have I said this before? Yes, I have. So it all depends on what happens tomorrow during my writing conference. But right now, I'm basically going over my paper to make sure that my arguments, you know, are sound. I've done my research. I'm putting the citations in there that might not be completely blue book accurate, but I have like a whole separate day saved up for that. And I'm just making sure that I have everything that I want to say. And yeah, I am severely over word limit. Like, I'm like 700 words over word limit right now, but that's fine because I have a day set over for, you know, cutting everything down. I'd rather be over than under. But other than that, I think my arguments are pretty good. They're pretty good. I might give myself a little A little rub and tug, like what? Only thing I really have left to do tonight is to research a firm. I have some mock interviews starting tomorrow, Wednesday. I have one Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's for like a program that they're doing for like 1Ls, just so you can learn how to interview, of course. And I think it's really cool that it's not just with people from the career counseling office, which they're awesome too, but it's actually like people from firms that you may want to work with, may want to impress, blah blah. And they are coming in and they do the mock interview for you. And of course you have to be, you know, prepared, professional, because it will leave an impression. So I have my first one tomorrow. I want to research the firm, research the person who's interviewing me, and then I also want to apply for some jobs tonight. I did some this morning. I'll keep applying tonight, and I'm kind of just targeting right now. I'm really targeting LA. I was thinking about it, and I do want to really go and establish roots in New York, because that's where I want to end up. But it doesn't necessarily matter that much when it comes to New York after speaking with my career counselor, because New Yorkers just assume that everyone wants to come to New York and be a New Yorker. So that works in my favor, even if I don't go there my first summer, because they're not really going to at least according to my career counselor, they're not really going to wrangle me too much about, oh, why do you want to be in New York when you were just in LA? Because, you know, everyone wants to be a New Yorker. So I'm trying really hard right now to target LA, because if I have to do something that, or if I want to do something that is like nonprofit, public interest, I either want to do it here in Durham, where I have an apartment and I don't have to pay extra rent, or do it in LA where my mom's there and I can go leech off of her and stay at her place while I'm working in downtown LA. And that just works out because, you know, my family's there. I can spend time with my lovely niece who I miss so much, and I can hang out with my friends while also working and getting that experience. So that makes a lot more sense than, obviously I could also apply to public interest things in New York, but the school does give funding for that, but not like a lot to fucking afford New York rent. Like, listen, I can't. Even right now, I can't. And it wouldn't make sense financially to be paying rent here and then be paying like the same amount and maybe even more somewhere else in New York. It just doesn't make any sense. So I think I applied to something that I think will probably work out, and I'm excited for that. And I think it really also helps because then I can really just focus on people, on the people, and really see the people that I am interested in helping later on in my career. If I end up doing big law, I obviously want to do a lot more public interest stuff after I get out of big law, which is what a lot of people do. And I think that would really help a lot to really get that experience. So I am super excited for that. Good morning. It's Wednesday. Last night, I went through a freaking fiasco, and I'm just gonna tell you guys about it because it's actually funny. So in the morning of last night, I ordered my groceries from Instacart because I forgot to do it the night before. I scheduled it to be delivered like around 9 p.m. because that was when I was supposed to get back from the library. So I figured, okay, I'll get back at 9, my groceries will be here, and blah, blah, blah. Except what happens, that always happens when I do something like that, is obviously I got out early. I was hungry as hell when I got out of the library. So I was like, okay, let me order some food. I do order food. I come back, and let me tell you guys, I planned the entire rest of my night around this food coming. The entire rest of my night, I was like, okay, it's gonna come at this time. I have to do, like, fold my laundry. I folded my laundry. I got ready for bed. I did this, I did that. I picked out my show, you know, and you know, about 5 minutes before the food was supposed to come, I had episode 1 ready and loaded. You know, and that's hard for me because I never have a show picked. I'm one of those people that's like, I will pick a show when I'm eating, and by the time I picked one, I'm already done eating. So I was prepared. And then I look at the app, says it's delivered. I'm looking at my first door, I'm looking at my second door, I'm going back and forth, I'm just ping-ponging. Where's the food? Nowhere to be found. Turns out, after talking to the agent, she said she couldn't find my place at first, and she delivered it to like some unknown location. I was like, that's not even a real place. Like, girl, that's not a real place. So then she says that she couldn't find it, so she just left. So I'm like, baby, you How could you take my food like this? Like, Angela, this is how villains are made. Are you trying to make me a villain? Because I will burn down the streets of Gotham City. I was so irritated. I was so irritated because I had to order like I had to make another order, and it came like an hour later, and it's by that time it's like the magic was kind of gone. I was already like, oh, it was just such a mess. And then I called my best friend to tell her about this terrible thing I'm going through. And the first thing she says to me is, bitch, you're dumb. What am I supposed to do with all of these groceries at my house and they're vegan? I'm like, what are you talking about? Turns out, ordered my groceries, shipped them to California. I ordered it in the store, Sprouts and Aldi in Irvine, and they delivered it to her house. So I was on the phone, like explaining to her what she could be making with my groceries. Just a night. Get them to like re-deliver my food here, and they were actually really nice about it. I did the phone call and chat at the same time, and the guy over chat was really mean. He was like, I can't help you, blah blah blah. The girl on the phone call was so nice. She did it so quickly, so I'm really grateful to her. I honestly think that it was my guides playing a joke on me, because that kind of food does like slow me down. I'm just not the type of person to order food and order a salad. Like, if I'm ordering food and it's like 12 something dollars worth of food and I'm paying for whatever fee, I'm not getting a salad. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I'm gonna get the biggest bang for my buck. I'm not ordering a salad. That's ridiculous. I just made some green juice with a lot of oranges in it, and I got my first order delivered from my Instacart order, so I just put that away. I had my first 2 classes, just got out. I did wake up this morning and did my reading that I thought was supposed to be for property tomorrow, except he just blew past the cases, and now I have another readings to do for tomorrow, and that just made me want to commit a war crime, because I hate when I spend a lot of time on a case, especially when the professors give you like lots of notes and you spend like your time, you're taking your time going through these notes and they don't even mention it. Like, I will commit a war crime. I will. I'm on my break, as you guys know, per usual, and I could definitely read for property tomorrow right now, because after that I have obviously con law, and then I have my writing conference, and then after that office hours for writing. But I'm also really tired, so I'm gonna take a nap instead, and we're gonna do work afterwards. I probably will regret this, but I'm exhausted and I feel like I can't really function because I woke up really early to do the reading.
Gathering your information and selling it to everybody, and then the follow-up is, yeah, and everybody deserves this protection.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
Okay.
Okay.
That was all I wanted to know. I have no other questions, sir.
Okay, so the day is, I think, over. It's like really late. I've decided that I'm gonna do my property reading in the morning, since I wake up early as hell anyway to do my morning routine, and I always have like 2-ish, depending on what time I wake up, 2 to 3 hours of free time in the morning. So I'm probably gonna do my property reading for the day then, and I finished my constitutional reading. So I just want to go to bed at a decent time tonight, and I got some new vitamins from Amazon. I ordered Mary Roots, and you know, they got a little old black blonde lady at the front. You see it? Yeah. So this is about to be good, or at least it should be. She looks like she shops at Whole Foods, so this should work. So I'm gonna try this and try to go to bed at a decent time so I can feel rested tomorrow, because I have still been having problems with sleeping, or continuously sleeping throughout the night. I just always like wake up and it's been bothering me. I finished my mock interview. I saved you guys the montage of me in my little one blazer doing an interview, because I have interviews for the next 2 days. But it really went well. One of the comments that she mentions that I interview well, which I think I do, and that I'm personable, which is what I try to be when I do interviews. She was like, one of the things that you want to feel like is that they want to keep talking to you when their time is up. And she was like, and I want to keep talking to you. And I was like, that's awesome. But one of the things that she mentioned for me as like a constructive criticism was the fact that she feels like I hesitate a little bit when it comes to just my position in general in law school. And she was a first gen, I'm a first gen, obviously, and she was like, I completely understand that, but you need to get, you know, more comfortable, basically like get a presence during my interviews, which is really hard. Like, I think there's a lot of struggles when you're first gen in law school. There's a lot of struggles there, and that is one of them, is not to be continuously humbled by the fact that I don't really understand how I'm here most of the time. Sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I deserve to be here, because I feel like I do. But then you go into, you know, these Zoom sessions, these rooms with, you know, people who are smart as hell. They've been to Harvard, they've done all this stuff, and it's really hard not to lower your I want to say lower your stature just a little bit when you're like in that presence, and you're talking to, like, you know, partners, you're talking to lawyers who are doing, you know, cross-border transactions, and they're dealing with millions and billions of dollars, and they're helping, you know, the fanciest companies. And it's just like, my parents are cleaners. It's just really hard. So that's something I need to work on, because I didn't know that it translated. At least I didn't feel like it translated in interviews, but she felt it, and I think it's something that I need to work on. But it generally went great, and it was a great firm. So I'm like totally interested in continuing to have conversations with her afterwards. Another thing too that I was going to mention earlier about last week's vlog is also that first gen struggle, and it comes with pressure. It's just a lot of pressure, and that's something I realized on that Saturday when I was out in my little space just meditating and writing down. It's just that being a first gen, I talked about the fact that I feel like I can't like really drop out of things, and that can make me feel trapped too, because really I am it. Like, this is the highest education anyone in my family and immediate family and surrounding family, whatever, as the name says, generations, has ever gotten to. It's me. I am it. And I don't want to, or at least I carry that pressure of like, this needs to work out, or else I'm just going to be like closing a door for the next generation or something like that. It's pressure. It's definitely pressure, and that is a struggle that I struggle with. And that being a first gen is hard. It's really hard. You can feel confused often. Some of the words people use are like alien language, and sometimes you go into spaces like Zoom spaces where, you know, they'll be a lot more mindful about that. I find that that usually happens when I'm talking to a firm affinity groups. A lot of firms have Black organizations for like Black lawyers at that firm, or Latino. They'll have LGBTQ affinity groups, and I feel like it's a lot easier to navigate those spaces because they usually understand where you're coming from, and they understand that you don't know, or you shouldn't know, or at least you never got the opportunities to know what all of this is, because it's just so much stuff. It's so much stuff, and some people got more experience earlier on. So from first gen struggles for real. So I'm just going to try and continue to keep that in mind. Also, speaking of struggles, I think that something else that went into last week, and I think has been happening for some time now, is that I'm trying to draw some sort of like big motivation, some big passion from something that I don't think I fully fleshed out. And this is why I've constantly been struggling through something my entire life, and I feel like the people who are watching this video who deal with depression, like chronic depression, will kind of understand where I'm coming from. I've always been going through something, whether it was like struggling, you know, immigrating here to the United States, struggling with all the like family drama, you know, struggling with family trauma, struggling with, you know, depression, getting, you know, my ED and all that stuff, and really actually struggling with thoughts of not wanting my energy to be out in the world anymore. And I know that I was working towards this goal of going to law school. I discovered law, and I kind of just took it into like my heart and really held it, not as something that I really thought was attainable for me. It was like a really big dream, and I thought to myself that if I could get through all of this stuff, it would be nice to get there. But I think there was a really like a portion of me that felt that I wouldn't get there, like, because there was so much shit like just kind of like thrown at me that I was dealing with, that I'm still dealing with continuously, that made me feel like even though I am working towards this goal, at some time, at some point, one of those things, whether it's, you know, my depression, struggling with depression, whether it's my ED, whether it's whatever, one of those things is gonna, like, you know, take me out. And it's easy to feel that way because like I said, people who struggle with depression will probably understand this a lot more, or anxiety really will understand this a lot more. But it's like, you'll have good days, but there are some times where you feel like you just kind of feel like you know that it just won't last, and at some point somewhere it's just going to come back, because it seems like it always does come back, and usually sometimes it comes back and it's worse than before. You thought your last depressive episode was really bad, and then it comes back and it's like 10 times worse. And even if you have good days, you just know it's just a matter of when and where this is going to kick back in. And I feel like I felt that way. So all of this law school stuff, I don't think I didn't plan past getting into law school, because this was it. This was like the reach. Like, this was the reach for me. I didn't plan past this. And I feel like I closed my eyes and then I opened them and I was here. And I opened them and I was at a top 14 law school, and I'm at Duke, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, how did we get here? Like, I really expected something to happen on the way here. I didn't think that this was going to be really even possible for me. And now here we are, and I'm like, what? That's why I was thinking that some of my decisions to come into law were very well intentioned, but they weren't fully fleshed out. So it's hard to draw a lot of passion from that to keep me, like, some of it works, but it's hard to draw a bunch of like deep motivation to get me through a 50-page, 100-page, whatever from that, because a lot of it, again, well-intentioned but not fully fleshed out, because I didn't plan past this point. And I just need to actually just find like my own new footing here. Like, I'm basically starting, I feel like, all over, and I need to find that extra why. I need to continue to find those whys. I need to adjust the whys from before and continue to build on them. But that's today's talk. It's really easy to kind of base like my success on a lot of external things, but I think one of the biggest successes I've had is just being here with how much crap that I've dealt with like really bad mental health and stuff. And I'm thinking back to like high school Leandra, who didn't think she was going to be, you know, walking around for much longer. Like that, this is a win. This right here, just not even me in law school, just me being alive and now actually like growing into my truth and trying to live more like the person that I know that I am, being my authentic self. This is like such a win, like well, I can go on about the global aspect of the firm and how much good work that it's doing. Ooh, baby, we've got a job. We've got a job. We've got a job. We got hired. Okay, party's over, and it's Friday, by the way. I did not vlog Thursday because I did not do anything of substance on Thursday in terms of anything new that I had to vlog. I had class, and I had class, and I had class, and I had class, and that's about it. But today, I had class this morning. I've obviously been doing my mock interviews. I just finished my other mock interview, my last one for the week, and it's just been a really great experience. Like, I'm actually just super happy with the ability to talk to and create those connections with associates on different firms, like a wide variety of firms. I think it's been a great experience. Why does my cat look like she had a rough night last night at the bars? I mean, look at her. She's giving me very much me, passed out on the beach in Newport Beach at like 2 a.m. after being at bars. I fuck with it. Moving on, I was also able to meet with my mentor from one of the firms and talk to her today. So that's been a great experience also. And yeah, I have a job, or I have a job offer. And now that I have an offer, I feel like I can breathe. And it is out in LA, it's out in downtown LA. And I'm just super happy. I'm really excited about the type of work that I can do. I'm also really excited because now that I'm kind of like a law student, it's not like an undergrad internship. They can actually like use me a lot more, and there's like a wide variety of offices and things that I can do. So I'm just really stoked about that. Because it is in LA, I just talked to the mock interviewer that I had, and she did mention that some of the opportunities in New York might be remote. So I think I will continue to maybe apply to some remote places just to make sure that they are remote, since I can't necessarily move out there if they're not paying me a lot of money. Now that I have an offer, I just feel like I can breathe. I can just breathe. For the rest of the day, I'm just going to be working on my paper. I think I'm actually going to stay up, like, because today's Friday. Oh my god, yeah, we have like a break. So starting from today, we don't have class again until Wednesday, which is fucking it. Yes, so insane. I'm so excited. So I want to get my paper just over with, to be honest, like, and enjoy the rest of my weekend, enjoy my break, like maybe go do something nice. So I think I'm gonna stay up tonight, and I think sometimes I also function more at night. So I'm gonna stay up, I'm gonna work on my paper and work on every single thing. I went to my writing conference, and I don't know why I keep setting myself up and saying that my paper is good, and then I go to the conference and she's like, hey, what's that? And I'm like, oh, never mind. Never mind. Just pretend I was never here. Today in office hours, actually, she was like, you guys are getting to the point where, you know, you're gonna trust your intuition about writing. I was like, I do. And then you see it, and then you destroy it. So I don't trust my intuition, and I'm gonna keep bothering you through email because I'm insecure about this writing. I really am. I got a leadership position in one of the student organizations that I was a 1L representative for, so that's exciting, and I could change my resume and put like blah blah blah, Leandra Yomo, blah 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 group, social chair, blah blah blah. The hormonal acne is starting to pop back up again, and I actually picked up my medication. So I'm gonna share it with you guys just in case you are on the same medication or you have taken this for acne. It is spironolactone. If you know what that is, let me know if it worked for you. I've also been taking some flower essences. I'm taking Angelica. This is what it looks like, by the way. It's very tiny because I made a mistake and I ordered it tiny on Amazon. But it's Angelica flower essence and the Black Eyed Susan flower essence, and they're supposed to give you the properties, the beneficial properties of the flowers. Depending on what you get different properties from them. But that's essentially everything that you've missed on this episode of Powerpuff Girls. I'm about to go for another walk because it's a nice day outside, and yeah, that's about it. Good morning. It is 5 a.m. I've been awake all night, and I feel like I have more questions than answers. I don't know if that necessarily helped anything. Obviously, I was trying to like get as much editing, whatever, done before the go dark period, which is today at Saturday at 5 p.m. So I'm kind of glad that I did it, because now I have like questions and things. I was moving things around, and I'm gonna send all those questions out as fast as I can so like they can get back to me. But I'm tired and I don't feel real. And I'm about to make breakfast, and I'm making these fake vegan eggs. Also, I finished editing the thing, whatever I was doing tonight. I can't even speak right now. And I was like, do I sound dumber? What's repeating in my brain right now is literally this. Here, in addition, furthermore, further, moreover, thus, consequently, in conclusion. Like, shut up. Alright, party people, you know the drill. The vlog is ending as it usually does on this day. I was gonna say something about not staying up if you don't have to, because it's not good for you, mentally, physically, all of that stuff. So don't do it. Why did I do this? Also, what did I do this week? I'm trying to think about what I did this week, and I can't even remember. But yeah, when in the vlog, I am determined to finish this essay today. Like, I don't want to deal with it tomorrow. I'm determined, so that's what I'm gonna be doing all day. Thank you so much for watching and for spending some of your time with me, hanging out with me, and being my friend. And I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.